Good morning, friends. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Game On. This is your Sports Morning Espresso Shot. I'm your host, Will, here to bring you the latest and greatest going on in the sports world. Listen, I'm just going to address this in the beginning because I'm not going to talk about it. Not because it's not important, but what happened yesterday was tough for a lot of people. I didn't know Charlie Kirk. I knew of him. I knew how important he was in the I didn't listen. I shouldn't say I didn't know him. I didn't listen to any of his stuff. I wasn't like a follower of any of the shows or whatnot, but I obviously knew who he was, how important he was. The fact that this guy just went out and debated people, and someone felt the need to take him out. It's just a sad, sad time. I'll admit, like, even not following this guy, just seeing the video of it, and then also just everything aftermath. I was really looking forward to getting home last night and hugging my kids and my wife. So I know it was tough for a lot of people, and today's 9/11, which is also tough for a lot of people. And remember all those people that were unfortunately taken that day. So this is an escape. I know we have a lot of trolls. Who come through, comment all the time, talk about how sports, these games are just, to distract you from real things going on. It's not a distraction. It's an escape. It's an escape because you can't go on Twitter right now without even it being the next day. I still was just glancing at my Twitter timeline, and it's all filled with just everything about yesterday still, and conspiracy theories on certain things and who did it and whatnot. And every show that you're going to watch today is going to be talking about every show yesterday is going to be talking about it. You can't escape that. And some people just need to escape. And that's what sports are. Escape. Let your mind rest for a minute. Let's talk about sports. And so I'm not going to address it going forward. The only thing I will say is it was pretty cool to see the New York Yankees. The New York freaking Yankees honored them last night. That's how big of a deal this was across both political aisles yesterday. So I'm not going to get into much more of it because there's plenty of other shows that are going to be talking about that, where I am sure you've already listened to or are going to get an earful today about it and whatnot. So let's just let's talk a little sports. I'll do my best. Today to distract you, give you a little breather, and let's have some fun because we got a Thursday night football game. I'll tell you what, I could have used a football game last night. I got too much of all that stuff yesterday. It was draining. It was draining. Not that I didn't want to hear about it, but I mean, there was a lot of people that I follow, a lot of the guys that are geeks and gamers and whatnot that were, shook by this. And, I wanted to tune in and support them and listen and see how they're doing. And, I could have used a football game last night, but we get one tonight. We got some college ball tonight. It's going to be fun. So let's go ahead. Let's get into sports and let's do what we can. Just to get a little distraction. Let's see who's here this morning though. Oh, and I forgot we got a highlight tonight too. Oh baby, it was a good match last night. I'll admit, Arat. I don't know if he's just not in shape yet. Little preseason, beginning of the season jitters. I don't know, but he didn't look too sharp to me yesterday. But we'll get into all that. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Mont. Good morning, Patriot. Grass guys in the house. By the way, you misspelled Redskins. I did that on purpose for you because I knew you'd be the first person to say something about it. But yeah, we have the Redskins and the Packers. I still don't know what to expect from that game tonight. I don't know what to expect. It's crazy. Because it's hard to not overreact to what we saw in week 1. But it's only 1 week, and then it's a short week for these guys. God, that's got to be tough. You just played your first NFL game of the season. Your body is as sore as it's going to be all season long. That first time they actually go out there and do live hits, and they were feeling it on Monday, and then they got to play on Thursday. It's crazy. Pitcher says, I'm just going to go with the halftime tie. That's not bad. I might get in on that action with you. About that action, boss. I might get in on that with you. That's not a bad move. That's not a bad move. I don't know. Who do I take in Survivor? Let's start there, huh? I'm thinking Patriot. I got your Cowboys selected right now. I don't know when I'd ever want to use them again. And New York just seems like a total dumpster fire right now. Just a mess. The fact after 1 week you're considering changing quarterbacks. What are we doing? It's been 1 week. You picked a guy. You got to stick with them for a little bit. But I guess that's the New York media for you. But they just seem like a mess. Both teams have terrible offensive lines. That's what makes me nervous about Dallas. It's like I don't know how good that offensive line is. Has it improved? It looked pretty all right against the Eagles, but also that was without Jalen Carter. The Giants defensive line is no joke. But what is a joke is their offensive line. Even Beardo was talking about it. He's like, dude, you can't. Doesn't matter who is back there. You can't do anything if the line can't protect. Grass Guy, I believe, said the same thing. I think Grass Guy agreed to the same thing. So I don't know, man. I'm thinking about if I'm going to take Dallas Everest, it's the time to do it. Jamie says, I got Packers on a few Hail Mary limit orders. I think they're more likely to progress than the Redskins are to recede. Yeah, and if they play Micah, dude, there was some stats. Warren Sharp put it out. Let me go see if I can find it. It was kind of crazy, man. Because, sorry, I was sneezing all of a sudden right before I got on here. Some nibs. This right here, dude. Micah didn't play much, but says the Micah Parsons effect. With Parsons on the field, 41% of Jared Goff passes came out within 2.5 seconds. Lions gained 2.4 yards per play. With Parsons off the field, Goff averaged 24% of his passes came out under 2.5 seconds, and the Lions gained 4.9 yards per play. And that's just in the limited amount of time he played. So I guess it will depend on his workload tonight. But, I mean, you got Jaden Daniels, obviously, running a mobile quarterback. Might be nice to have Mike out there doing his thing. Patriot has the Cardinals this week for Survivor. I do in some of my pools, too. But I think a couple of them I'm going to take the Cowgirls. It's a win-win for me because if the Cowgirls lose to the Giants, I got to rip them a new asshole for the whole season. Right? But if they win, then I survive in Survivor. I got Packers on a few helmet. Sporting says, still don't have the spread Survivor picks available for Bet Online. They said they will be releasing today, so sometime this morning. I think Dave said it. Let me see. Dave. So you could follow Dave Mason at Dave Mason BOL for Bet Online. Let's see. He said this yesterday. Our first ever $100,000 spread Survivor contest is now worth $175,000. $175,000. I got 8 entries left. That's pretty sweet. Over half the entries were eliminated in week 1. This thing, I get. If you can make it to week 8, I think you're gonna win this thing. But he says come back Thursday to make your week 2 pick. So at some point this morning, they should open up. Who are you taking this week, Sporting? Let's take a look at it, huh? Obviously, you could take the Packers or Commanders. I don't feel good about either one of those. Maybe I got 8. Maybe I'll take the Packers in one. I don't know, but let's see. I think you hold off on New England. They do have a new. I don't trust the New England Miami. I do think New England's going to probably win that one. But, like, their schedule is one of the easiest in the league, but it's – although it is against the spread, so you got to remember that too. It's not just a win. So it depends on what these lines are. We don't know what the lines are. But they do have a couple – I mean, they got the Steelers next week. They do have the Panthers home against the Panthers. That might not be a bad spot, depending on what the line is. But then they got 3 straight road games at the Bills, at the Saints, at the Titans. Maybe that third road game we look, and depending on what the spread is, you look and take New England against the Titans, or take the Titans against New England. Maybe the Titans will cover that one. I don't know by that point. But it's just tough, man. It's tough. It is tough. Sporty, I took the Browns week 1, still thinking maybe Arizona. I was thinking Arizona too. I feel like Arizona is going to pour on. I think they're going to have to be a couple of mine picks because I think Arizona is going to pour on the points, especially if it's at 6.5 still. Is that 6.5 still? Yeah, it's at 6.5 still. Total of 44. So divide by 2, add 3.5. You're looking at 25.5. Should be Arizona 25, and that should be their team total. I don't know if Arizona's supposed to, I've been talking about them. They're supposed to have a pretty legit defense, a sneaky, kind of surprising to most people that this defense should be better. It's home. Arizona's offense was a little stagnant last week. Kyler Murray got sick the morning of, so that could have been it. I don't know if Carolina can put up 20 points, So I think Arizona might be a good play there. Might be a good play. Cowboys for Survivor. Good morning. What up, B-Mac? Yeah, I'm going to have the Cowboys in a couple of mine. The Jags and Bengals. I might take the Bengals in a couple of mine. I don't trust that defense. But I think after the piss-poor performance against Cleveland, which, division foe, not too shocking. Not too shocking. I think you look at the Bengals. Could be one of those games where they score on every drive. They're also playing Travis Hunter more on defense, and I think that Cincinnati's going to attack that. I think they are. Who knows? I kind of listen. I know it's a big number, but it's a big number for a reason. I kind of want to take the Browns. All right, no, not the Browns. I kind of want to take the Ravens. I kind of lay 11.5. I kind of want to take the Ravens. I think they're just. I think Harbaugh's on their ass this week. And you got Jerry Jeudy out there. They're asking him what's going to be difficult about this Ravens secondary, and he's like nothing. I'm like, oh, Jeudy, stop it! Now you're asking for it, son. You're asking for it. Good morning, Miss Leslie. How we doing? You're asking for trouble, man. So I don't know. Ravens seem interesting. I don't trust the Cowboys or the Giants to cover the spread, so I'm gonna probably stay away from that. The Rams against the Titans. They are on the road, so laying 5.5 on the road is going to be tough. But Tennessee, after playing at altitude, coming back home, who knows how they look? Their offense did not look good at all either. God, that one's tough. Bills, Jets. I might, in one of my 8 entries, take the Jets with the 6.5. Got a weird feeling. Buffalo does not play well in New York. But hold on real quick. I will be right back. I got to go do something. I'll be right back.
Any triple in the series? Yes. I almost want to bet no triple plus 125.
That's a good. I would bet that.
I got to leave these in the little list over here so I remember to bet these.
That's a good bet.
I am going to bet that for sure, 100%.
Because how often does a triple happen? And 2, most of the time it's just someone taking a base on a throw.
This is my favorite bet in the entire World Series.
I do like that.
No triples in the World Series plus 125. That's my favorite bet in the entire World Series.
A few moments later.
Think about 3 as Verdugo can't play it cleanly. Freeman's into third. A base hit turns into 3.
Yeah!
Who's retarded now?
Yeah!
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
We're only like a couple Will taking a Purdy, that's right. We're only a couple months away from that no triple bet again, huh? Sporty says might take the Vikings for spread survivor. Ooh, I don't know, man. Got a feeling that I don't know. I got a feeling about Atlanta. Can someone explain this to me? This is probably going to have to be a stay away game for me, unless this line gets ridiculous. Why is Detroit 6-point favorites over Chicago? Is it because they're home and playing on turf? Short week for Chicago. But we've seen clearly Detroit's got troubles. They didn't look good defensively. They didn't look good offensively. Now, you could say that the Vikings were able to do pretty well running the ball against that Bears defense. So maybe the Detroit's going to be able to pound the rock. But you got Ben Johnson, who knows this team. 6 feels like a lot. Depends on where the contest comes out. But if we're talking 6 points, I might gamble and take one of my survivor picks as Bears +6. I don't think Detroit's blowing out Chicago. This is not the Detroit team we've seen the last few seasons, you know? It ain't them. It ain't them. I don't know. Hey, make sure you smash the like button and repost it out there. I think Rumble forgot about us or something. I don't know what's going on. Just make sure you smash that like button, repost it. Let them know where they can find the most professional, on-time, non-clickbait sports show on the internet. The Steelers-Seahawks game, I don't know about that one either. There's a lot of stats and trends about, 0-1 versus 1-0 on the road. The 0-1 team being on the road and being an underdog. I don't know if I trust that Seahawks offense though. But the Pittsburgh's defense, I couldn't believe TJ Watt played so poorly, letting a rookie give him a rough day. I don't know, man. We will see. That one's a tough one. Niners, dude, this line's all the way down to 3. This is getting silly now. I might just have to take the Niners. I don't care if it's Mac Daddy Jones back there or not. Niners got a kicker that can finally make some field goals, 3 against the Saints. I know the Niners are beat up and banged up. Do we really think the Niners can't cover 3 on the road against the Saints? Sporting says could gamble on the Eagles. It's pick. Yeah, I do like the Eagles. I do think they win. I thought about that. What's the Eagles' schedule coming up, though? Maybe I want to use the Eagles later on in this next few weeks. Who they got? But then again, they might be. Oh, you're right. They might be. That's the other thing that's crazy about the spread survivor. It's not just survivor. It's spread survivor. So even though if we like them on the road, they might be ridiculous. Like against an easier opponent, they might be ridiculously priced. It's tough. That's a good point. That is a good point. They're home against the Rams next week. They're going to be heavily favored. I might take the Eagles next week. Home against the Rams, revenge game. Not a revenge game. I mean, they ended up winning that playoff game, but everyone talked about how the Rams were really close to beating them. And who knows how beat up the Rams are going to be next week. Then they're at the Bucs and home against the Broncos. Or I could save the Eagles for Thursday night, primetime, baby. Thursday night, primetime, October 9th, if I somehow can make it that far. They're at the Giants. That might be a spot to take. I don't care what the spread is. It's going to be a little less because they're on the road. Lay anything under 10. Gratz guy, you know the Eagles are going to blow your guys' ass out, right? I mean, that's a given. Sporting says, I'm going to go ask Barnes. He's just Browns for spread and Las Vegas for regular Survivor. I don't know, man. I think you're getting too cute with the Browns there, man. I think you're getting too cute with the Browns. Buku's in the house with the $5 Rumble rant. Let's freaking go. Oh, this is William. He's getting serious. Give me all the winners, William. I'm on it, dude. We're digging through this. We're trying to figure out who to use in Spread Survivor, But I appreciate that, Buku. Oh, whoops. I appreciate that, buddy. Hope you're having a good day. I kind of like Denver. I like Denver -1 on the road against the Colts. I think the Denver is going to handle the Colts. I think everyone's overreacting to this Colts team. And I think we're overreacting to this Colts team who played a terrible Miami team. That might be the best pick is Denver, honestly, because Denver played so poorly and was way below people's expectations. But if you actually look on paper, they were dominating that game. It was the 4 turnovers. I'm betting that's not going to happen again. And then the Colts look so good, but we don't know how bad Miami really is. So that might be the best value pick is the Denver Broncos this week. We got Pick'em against the Eagles, Chiefs, Falcons, Vikings. At 3.5, I got to go towards the Vikings on that one. Or towards the Falcons on that one. The Monday night games. Tampa Bay might not be a bad one. That's going to be a tough game. Both teams have really good offenses. Really good defenses. So I expect it to be lower scoring. Total set at 43. But I would trust Tampa Bay, the more explosive, well-rounded offense compared to, I don't know what we're getting out of Houston right now, but that could be an overreaction from one game. And then the Chargers and the Raiders. Barnes says take the Raiders as regular survivors. I like the Raiders as the spread survivor. 3.5. I do think the Raiders have a chance to win. But, I mean, when you're playing regular survivor, in week 2, do you really want to take an underdog when there's so many like big favorites and stuff like that? It's kind of just survive in advance at this point. Oh, that was last week's pick. Okay. Oh, I got you. Well, he was dead on there. That makes me feel better about this week because I'm like, man, I don't think you can trust the Browns here. Derp Series says I need a bombs away. I got you, buddy. I got you. Hold on.
You got some tickle bitties and you don't know how to swing? Well, I'm here to help you. Next, you want to tuck your right arm and lay your left arm on top of that mommy milker. Bombs away?
Bombs away. So, yeah, we got to go. And you got to remember who are a lot of these other people going to take. We'll see this percentage and stuff when it comes out. But, like, we got to wait and see who a lot of other people are going to take and see if there's some spots that fade. Because, like, if there's a bunch of people taking the Bengals, I'll probably not want to take the Bengals. I don't know, but I think I like Denver. This is for spread survivor. I like Denver. I want to take the Rams, but I just don't know. I'm going to take the Jets on one. It's disgusting, I know. I might have to take the Bears on one. That +6 looks interesting to me. Niners at -3. I got to believe the Niners can get it done on the road at -3, even with Mac Jones. Even with Mac Daddy Jones. Cards, going to be a pick. Eagles could be a pick. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting in the contest this week. I snagged some lines early. Who did I end up taking? Let me see. So like when in this contest, the super contest that we're doing with the Wise Guy Roundtable on Sundays, I snag line. What do I do? Like when the lines open up, I just grab things. It doesn't mean I'm gonna end up playing them necessarily, but I just grab the opening lines, what I think is good value, and if I think the line is going to move. For example, I almost took I was going to take the Niners yesterday at 4.5 just to snag it because I can change them at any point because I'm like, if Brock Purdy ends up playing, this thing's going to go back to 6. So let's snag the value now. But then, it came out that it's highly unlikely he's going to play. So I ended up snagging Baltimore, Tampa at 3, Denver at -2, and that might be down to 1 now. It's down to 1.5. So that went the opposite direction than I thought. I'll still take it. I still like Denver. I like them a lot. But Cards, Raiders, and it's still at 3.5. The Raiders won. I think that might come down to 3. I think it might come down to 3, but that's why I snagged. But check this out. Your boy ranked 985. 985. Head of Steps, head of Beardo, head of Ghost. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know. I guess we could always go C2 where the sharp action, everything's at. That's why he rides a short bus. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I wish I could ride a bus to work. How nice would that be? I could just sit back, work on things instead of driving. Oh. Derp says, I don't mean to bring it up on your show, but it's kind of creepy and ironic that Charlie passed away, or sadly passed away one day prior to 9/11. It's just creepy to me. Yeah. Yeah, I just said at the beginning of the show. Tough day yesterday for a lot of people and tough day today for a lot of people. So sports is a great way to escape. So that's what we're doing here. We're going to escape. But yeah, it is sad indeed and strange. Sad and strange. I don't think I have much on the Twitter timeline. We can go look through the sharp action too. I don't think I have much on the Twitter timeline. There wasn't much sports stuff that I saw yesterday. Let me see. Oh, I kind of want to react to this. I want to react to this though. Oh, Uncle Colin. There's a free Bet Online Survivor starting this week. Yeah, chance to win 10 G's, baby. 10 G's. So old Uncle Colin. I can't play much of this because they'll hit me on YouTube a lot, but let's just play a second of it.
McCarthy. I've never seen a game like that. I've never seen a quarterback do that. So the fact that J.J. McCarthy ended up.
I'm going to grant the pause here for a second, but Colin says, I found my J.J. McCarthy comparison. Baker Mayfield.
With a 98 passer rating after the first 3 quarters is remarkable.
It's been one game. It's been one game. You can't compare anyone to anyone after one game. You can't even compare Baker Mayfield back when he was on the Browns to Baker Mayfield now. Let's pump the brakes there, my friend. Let's pump the brake. One game and we're going to start calling him Baker Mayfield. That's disrespectful to Baker Mayfield. That is very disrespectful to Baker Mayfield. What are we doing? But I guess, Colin needs something to talk about. The peen writing is real for Uncle Colin. He just wants to go in there and get the spiciest thing he can say just to get clicks. I respect it. Dude. Sporting, you're gonna have to help me ask. What up, Mighty Megatron? How we doing? You're gonna have to help me ask the right questions or something, because you're right. I didn't ask it right. I tried asking it better. So Grok ended up going. So this was Grok's picks against the spread for week 1, and he went 2-3, which is actually, it was just funny because he still did better than the top 5 Circa Millions picks. It was just hilarious. That went 0-5. But I asked him yesterday, given everything we saw and how it is, and I tried to reword it, say it a different way. What is his favorite picks? His favorite bet, Grok's, I say his, like it's a real person. Grok's favorite pick, he gave me 7 of them, but his top pick was Detroit laying it against the Bears. And he gave me a little reasoning on each one. And I started reading the reasoning for why he loves, or he likes, that's his number 1 most confident pick against the spread is Detroit this week. And his explanation was with bad info. He said that the Lions look so damn good in week 1, blowing out, dominating a Rams team. I'm like, that was last season, dude. They got their ass kicked by the Packers, and so I put that in there to have him correct it. And he was like, "Oh yeah, that was a mistake, but I still do like the Lions over the Bears for these reasons." And I'm like, I don't know if I trust it. Paige just says, "Don't ask for my 5." I want to know your 5 now. I want to know your 5. But yeah. This was an interesting take by Colin. A lot of Colin yesterday. That's about all I saw in the sports world. Believes the Miami Dolphins should consider hiring Bill Belichick. What about Bill Belichick? Got a place in Jupiter, doesn't he? Miami loves sex appeal, and I don't think Belichick's crazy in Miami. That would be interesting. And he'd get to play the Patriots twice a year, huh? Well, once the rest of this year. But still, that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. I want to see Bill back in the NFL. Get him out of college. Just get him back in the NFL. Okay, let's go see what sports news is going on. What's on the front page, huh? Why do we have Josh Allen on the front page? So some news in the NFL. 49ers, Purdy unlikely to play. And not only is he unlikely to play, he could miss a couple weeks. That's not good. Lamar apologized to that fan that he pushed, but he told him to chill next time and don't touch players. I mean, that's good advice. Hey, here's advice to all you guys. If you're at a game, don't touch the athletes, okay? Doesn't go well for you. Sporting says Gronk is a degenerate like us. He recommended a parlay. Plus 145-ish. Broncos. Ooh, I like it. Cardinals. Ooh, baby. Ravens. I like all 3 of those, man. Put those 3 in a teaser. Get you plus 155 on that. Put those 3 in a teaser, baby. That's how you do it. Paul Skeens hits 200 strikeouts. Oh, of course, and another Pirates loss. Throws 64 pitches in their loss. After surpassing 200 strikeouts for the first time in his career, Pirates ace Paul Skeens admitted it was good to get a breather. The NL Cy Young frontrunner reached 203, fanning 8 Orioles batters in Pittsburgh, 2-1, 10-inning loss to Baltimore last night. It might have been more had the manager, Don Kelly, not removed the overpowering. God, why are we just what are we doing? Right-hander after a season-low 64 pitches with an eye toward managing his workload at the back end of his first full season in the majors. I mean, it makes sense. The Pirates aren't going to do anything. There's no need to work them out that much. But 203 this season. Skeens has a major league best 1.92 ERA over 178 innings, and he's 9-11 on the season. Oh, that's funny too. Today is 9/11. That is a coincidence. What is this? Oh, Usain Bolt not worried today's stars will break his record. Yeah, dude, no one's breaking Usain Bolt's world records, dude. That guy's a freak. He says, no, I'm not worried. I think the talent is there. There will be talented athletes coming up, and they will do well. But at this present moment, I don't see any athlete able to break the record, so not worried. Bolt set both records, a 9.58 in the 100 and a 19.19 in the 200 at the Worlds in Berlin of 2009. God, that guy was a freak. And the only one who didn't get caught doping. This is concerning about the Cowboys. What do you think about this, Patriot? I didn't like this news before the game. I mean, glad this guy got paid in the offseason, but Jerron Bland of the Cowboys is going to be sidelined for a few weeks. Foot injury, man. This is the Ray. What up, buddy? The Commanders, you say? Yes. Well, here, the chat, we like to call them the Redskins. The Redskins. What up, buddy? How do you feel about tonight's game? I still can't figure out a side on this one, man. I think I need to know, too, how much – I wish I knew more about what the plan was with the workload with Micah. Because those stats with Micah on the field was insane. It's just going to be one of those ones, maybe I think I'm going to wait and watch it live. I think whoever scores first, I'll probably bet live the team that's down. And kind of hope it's like the Bills-Ravens game where we just get it back and forth so I can buy in and buy out on Kalshi. I can buy one team, hopefully they answer and score, sell out, wait. Whoever gets down next, take whoever's the dog, expect them to come back and score. I don't know, man. Jefferson says FanDuel called up the Pirates dugout and completely burned my strikeout ticket. What the fuck was that? What was he at? Didn't they say he put what, 8 away? What was his over under at? 8.5? I mean, yeah, it's kind of BS because he did only pitch 64 pitches. Yeah, he struck out 8 Orioles. Was it 8.5? This is Ray says it's a could win, not should win. 3.5 is what Vegas gives you for being home. So even Vegas thinks it's even. Well, no, home field nowadays is not 3. Home field is like 1.5 now in today's current NFL and in the betting markets. Home field is very, very minimal now. So I would say Vegas thinks, and you're going through a key number 3, but Vegas thinks that, the Packers are about 2 points better than the Commanders at this point. Gronk recommends Arizona and Denver for regular Survivor. That's not a bad pick either. I had him for 10. I'm suing. Dude, if he could have got 10 strikeouts. Remember when it was 6? Yes. Yes, I do. Game has changed a lot, especially in the betting market. You had him for 10. Dude, imagine if you got 10 strikeouts on 64 pitches. That's crazy. That is crazy. We can go ahead and go look at that game, though. Let's see where the money's at. So tonight we got Packers, Redskins. 3.5 is the line. Open 2.5, and we moved a point. But that might have been open 2.5 earlier in the summer lines. I don't know, though. I don't know. Packers look good, but I expected the Packers to beat the line, so I didn't really bump them up too much. I still need to see more from those Packers wide receivers. The Commanders, I don't know what to take away from the Giants game. Had you told me the Giants were going to hold the Commanders to 21 points, I would have thought that the Giants was going to cover that game. They did not. Good tough division, a good division win for the Commanders in week 1. Short week, got to go on the road. They did say that, Jane Daniels is a little banged up, but had he needed to practice on Monday, if they had a practice on Monday, he would have practiced. So I think it's just your normal aches and pains after week 1 of the NFL. All these guys were hurting Monday, no matter how good a shape they're in. Packers money line, Jacobs anytime TD, 1+ passing TD. Daniels 1+ passing TD. That's a good little same game parlay. Micah talking about no one gets away from him or whatever. We will see. It's true though. It's true, especially if he's on a limited snap count and can be rested out there. I mean, I'll say it again. Look at this. Sharp posted this, man, and it's nothing to scoff at. Like, it's when Micah was on the field and in the limited snaps that he played, 41% of Jared Goff's passes came out within 2.5 seconds, meaning he got pressured a lot more than when Micah was on the field. Because when Micah was off the field, when he was off the field, it was only 24% of the times he had to get the ball out within 2.5 seconds. So when Micah was on the field, Goff had to get the ball out 41% of the time within 2.5 seconds, and the Lions gained an average of 2.4 yards per play. When Micah was off the field, the Lions gained 4.9 yards per play. You know? Looks like the public is picking Baltimore, Dallas, and Arizona top 3 picks for regular Survivor. I mean, I don't disagree with that. I think those are some safe plays. This is Ray. Here's the question. The Packers have 2 starting O-line, DNP. If the Washington D-line parlays like they did, that's supposed to be plays like they did Sunday immediately against the Giants, they will be a problem. Yeah, but even that Packers line is better, even banged up, is better than the Giants line. But we'll see. It comes down for me for the Packers, come down to those wide receivers. They were the worst in the league last year. When they were for catchable balls. But we know what the Commanders can do. We know what they can, what Jaden Daniels can do. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know. I think the line is set where it's at a good spot. But we have an Action Network expert that likes the Packers. But 60% of the bets and 55% of the money so far is coming on the Commanders. What about the total on this one? Looking at 48.5, sharp money on the over, but 93% of the money on the under. Primetime game early in the season, you got to look under, right? Got to look under. This is what has me nervous. Look at some of these signals that we're getting on some of these other games. Has me nervous for my Patriots here. You got the sharp money, big money, Action Network expert, 60% of the money on the Patriots to cover the 1.5. That makes me nervous. My Pats. And there's a pro system. There's a pro system on New England. Road dog, low total after bad season, which has a 58% win rate and a 13% ROI. That is interesting. You got sharp money and big money on the Jags, catching the 3.5. You got sharp money and big money on the Cowboys, covering the spread. You got sharp money and big money on the Lions. I don't understand the Lions one. This ain't the Lions team we've seen the last few years. Sharp money on the Jets. Sharp money, big money on the Rams. Sharp money, big money on the Cardinals. Sharp money, big money on the Eagles. Sharp money and big money on the Falcons. God, this week's going to be interesting. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah, I know I said we needed a break from football. It was nice to have a couple-day break after our first long weekend of football, but boy, oh boy, am I ready to start up another weekend. I'm ready for another weekend. Glad it's here. Let's go to the front page and see. This guy's taking Gallant's anytime TD bets for Commander. Oh, this is his. I'll say, who's Gallant? Gillis Gallant. Anytime TD for tonight. Let's see who he's got. Ooh, he's got Deebo Samuel anytime TD plus 200. Dontavian Wicks anytime TD plus 470. Now, this is this always catches my attention. because he didn't go with some. I mean, Debo's a name, right? But you're still plus 200. But like you're pulling out a plus 470. I am curious, my friend. I am very, very curious. Let's see. Jatavian Wicks. I want to take a long shot on the Packers. I'm rolling with Jatavian Wicks. Wicks only saw 2 targets in the win over Detroit. However, I think there's an upside for him entering week 2. Wicks scored a total of 5 touchdowns last season. Historically, he has performed well against man coverage. Last season, he led the Packers offense in target share against man coverage. He also led Green Bay in the end zone targets last season at 8. He just needs to learn how to hang on to the ball. Well, that's a big part of it, my friend. That's a big part of the Packers were the worst at catching catchable balls. Imagine telling this is a professional wide receiver in the NFL. And the criticism is he just needs to learn how to hang on to the ball. That's his job. He should know how to do that by now, you know. He dropped 9 passes last season. Oh man, I am but I'm gonna tell this one. I'll take the Tavian Wicks tonight. I'll take the Tavian Wicks anytime touchdown, and I'll take him first touchdown. What is he first touchdown? Let's take a look. What is he first down? Now Bet Online always gives you BS lines, so you could probably get it better elsewhere. But first TD tonight's game. Let's see. Anytime touchdown. Jatavian Wicks is plus 450 for anytime. And first touchdown, he is 22-1. Oh, baby. Now we're talking. We can get Jatavian Wicks first touchdown. He hits that first touchdown. We're going to Applebee's, baby. Happy hour. Half off apps. Oh, yes. Let me see. I want to see what he is on DraftKings. See what a different book shows. Commanders, Packers. TD scores. Here he is. So first anytime he's plus 450, first TD is 25-1. I'm tempted. Green Bay should win at home, but if Washington pulls off the hype train, it's going to go nuclear. If Washington wins this game, it'd be a very impressive win on a short week. I wish I got paid millions to be bad at my job. I know, right? Yeah, that's right, B-Mac. If he can score the first touchdown tonight, that's what I'm riding with. I'm going to ride with him to get the first touchdown tonight. If he does that, we're getting 2 Oreo shakes, baby. 2 of them. You know Beardo's going to be on Zach Ertz anytime touchdown. Beardo loves betting Zach Ertz. I don't even need him to be here to tell me that. You know? Let's see what else action's got on here. Commanders, Packers, player props. Let's see. They like Debo over. Man, a lot of Debo love. I mean, I don't blame them. But Debo over 4.5 receptions. Jordan Love over 5.5 rushing yards. Is it really only set at 5.5? Seems low. Tucker Kraft under 36.5 receiving yards. Ooh, I want to read about that one. Jordan Love. Not a dual threat quarterback, but he can use his legs when needed. His rushing yards line for Thursday Night Football stands at 5.5, and I'm hammering the over. As numbers, he hit 18 of 36 games since replacing Aaron Rodgers. We saw 3 runs against the Lions on Sunday. Interesting. That's an interesting prop too. I might tail that one. What up, Blue? He says, let's go Skins. All right, had it, baby. Got a Skins fans here. Skins fan in the house. Good morning. Let's see. Tucker Kraft under 36.5 receiving yards. Last season, the Commanders were strong against the pass, ranking third, as you expect, to translate to their performances against tight ends. While they did give up a touchdown in the position, they surrendered the fifth fewest passing yards, averaging 39.8 per game. We saw the Commanders defense start well again in this department last week against Giants tight end duo. I mean, that's because the quarterback never had time to even dump it off to the tight end. Let's see. Meanwhile, the Packers tight end corps, Tucker Kraft, Luke Musgrave, and John Fitzpatrick only hauled in 4 of 6 targets, combined for 22 yards. Kraft led the group with 2 receptions, 16 yards, and a touchdown. With the arrival of first-round pick Matthew Golden, there's an extra mouth to feed. Kraft could see his targets drop. That's interesting. That is interesting. So we got 3 prop picks. This person likes Josh Jacobs over 1.5 receptions at -140. Love over 18.5 completions. God, that seems low too. And then Austin Eckler. I can't believe he's the starting back. That's funny. Austin Eckler under 5.5 rush attempts. Really? Isn't Eckler the starting back right now? Right? Let's go to the depth chart. Yeah, he is starting back. He's the starting back, and they expect him to get under 5.5 rush attempts. That seems strange to me. That seems strange. I don't know how I feel about that one. Hey, we do have a college football game tonight, too. NC State, Wake Forest. I'm rooting against Wake Forest. Just because our old coach, Cougar head coach, left us for Wake Forest. Like, come on. Like your girlfriend breaking up with you and leaving you from some pudgy, smelly, fat dude, you know? What are you doing? NC State, Wake Forest. NC State 7.5 is the line. 52.5 is the total. Both teams are 2-0. Let's see what this thing says. The Wolfpack have won 2 of 3 last 3. 2 of the last 3 meetings. There we go. I can't talk. But the Demon Deacons pulled off a 34-20 victory in this in-state clash a season ago. Oh, that gives NC State even more motivation to get this covered, huh? Just 2 games in the 25 season. We have a decent idea of what NC State might be this season. The Wolfpack are 2 for 2 in playing 1-score games. East Carolina stormed back late to give NC State a scare with 2 minutes left. The defense came up big at the end of the game. Last week against Virginia, NC State got off to an atrocious start. It allowed a back-to-back 75-yard scoring drive, and the defense was out there for 22 plays. Fourth quarter, the Wolfpack stop unit benefited from some self-inflicted wounds to come away with a 35-31 victory. Virginia missed a 47-yard field goal, ran a play for no gain and a 4th and short, and then threw a pick to end the game. But Virginia got huge gains on the ground. The Pack, the Pack gave up 257 yards on just 32 carries, including runs of 66, 42, and 39. I think they're going to be practicing some run defense this week. Tug Drug Fishing, Jay Johnson Strange, or Gannon Jr. this week, PPR. Ooh. Let me see. I don't know about that one. Let's see. Who's Johnson Strange? I don't know. Flip a coin. There you go. Flip a coin. That'll help you. Let's see. Running back Hollywood Smothers ranks second in the ACC in rushing with 213 yards and finds himself tied for the conference lead with 6 10-plus yard rushes. Wake Forest Demon Deacons. We've got 2 opposing data points for Wake Forest so far this season. One that includes a hard-to-watch 10-point scored against the FBS bottom dweller, Kennesaw State. Yeah, that was embarrassing. And the one that includes a 42 points on a bad Western Carolina. I mean, there's a reason why NC State's 7.5-point favorites. Oh, Juwan Johnson. You go with Juwan Johnson. Absolutely. Let's see. Running back Demon Claiborne was a big-time game decision. Okay. We've already seen this line move quite a bit. The total opened up at 56.5 and dropped an entire field goal by Tuesday morning. The spread continues to move over a key number of 7. NC State minus 6.5 quickly moved back to 7, while Wake Forest plus 7.5 seems to be the buy point at this point, or on that side. If you're betting the side, timing is everything. A move over 7.5 represents about 14% shift in expected win rate, the second most in college football behind -3. This is the ACC longest continuous rivalry with the 119th edition coming up Thursday. Of late, we've been afforded some wild back-and-forth finishes. Of course, they're both new teams from what they've fielded lately. Both teams boast explosive running backs and defense susceptible to long runs. Claiborne has 6 rushes of 10-plus yards already despite playing just 1 full game and 3 snaps in week 1. Wake Forest defensive numbers are still inflated from playing 2 bad opponents. This week presents both the first quality opponent and quality offense that has space. I think that's the key thing. I mean, Wake Forest hasn't played anyone good, and they haven't looked great playing those bad teams. I think you gotta go towards NC State. The under would be a buy at open, but if you miss the 56.5, that's chasing at this point. I think the total has fallen too far for what each offense is capable of, especially NC State's, and I'm playing back over the total here. So he's going to go over 53.5. Interesting. I like that play, though. I like that. Don't chase, and actually it's gotten to a point where he feels comfortable to take the other side. Not a bad move. Not a bad move. Where are we at? Oh, we got to get into highlight. It's highlight time. Oh, our guy Benny. All right, it's a highlight Thursday. This season we get highlight Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is exciting. This is the World Highlight League. Hey, if you don't know what highlight is, well, it's a wonderful sport, and you should check it out. And on Saturdays, I will be doing educational topics and streams and put out a video explaining what highlight is, and then more importantly, how we can make money off betting highlight. But tonight's match is at 5 p.m. Eastern over on ESPN3, their YouTube channel, FUBO TV. Go check it out. Links to all their social media, to their website, and to their YouTube channel is in the description of this stream. Go check it out. Listen, you need a little something to get you prepped before Thursday Night Football. You throw on highlight. You throw on ESPN3. Watch some great competitive highlight. And then once that's done, that rolls us right into Thursday Night Football. And I'm excited for tomorrow. I mean, I get to keep an eye on highlight during the day. But tomorrow I don't work. And tomorrow, you better believe, I'm watching the Friday matchup. But today we get our guy Benny. We got the Devils versus Chargers. You can bet this over at DraftKings, by the way. Bet this over at DraftKings. Let's recap what happened yesterday, though, and see how the bets went yesterday. I told you it was money on the floor. It was minus 600, so it was just, free money. Lulu and Ikeda. Now, listen, I was shocked that this went 3 sets, and a very close 3 sets. But still, results are, we cashed that bad boy real easy. Real easy. But that should give us maybe a little bit of concern to Lulu and Ikeda. Now, it is the first game of the season. Going to take these guys a little bit to get back into the groove of things. But that was an easy one. We had Urrutia versus Inaki. That was a plus money winner there. Urrutia wins in 3 sets. And then I lost with the Lou and Arats. They did not look good. Arats did not look good yesterday either. Hyro and Manu getting a win there against the Lou and Arats. And then Manu, he was the favorite, about a -160 favorite. I liked Arats to be a little scrappy in that one and lost both sets 6-3. I think it's just kind of, getting back into the swing of things. I expect a better performance from Arats next week. But we will keep an eye on that. Joseph and Cabrera, great match. Dominated. We won with that one against El Barbara and Stan. And then Urrutia and Cabrera defeated Inaki and Unda in 2 sets as well. So the Fireballs get a 4-2 victory over the Cyclones to start their season. How about that? But here's tonight. We get the Devils and the Chargers. And our guy Benny is playing. And you already know I don't care. I'm betting on our guy Benny. That's right. Oh, we got a new player though. Benetrix is now paired up with Rock. What? Going against our guy Jedin and Arta. Shout out to Jedin. Right? Shout out to Jedin. All right. Let's see. Can you click on the name or is it? Yeah, you can't leave that. Our guy, Jedin, Tanar Davis, played for the University of Miami and also played with the Super Bowl on the team, the Super Bowl winning Colts, Peyton Manning, what was it, 07? He came on here and showed off his Super Bowl ring. That was freaking awesome. That was awesome. So shout out to those guys. I didn't know Jedin was on the Chargers now. Oh, look at that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the betting odds, though, on this. You can go over here. You go over to the All Sports. Right underneath hockey is the World Highlight League. And let me refresh this, actually. And they will have the lines up for today. I think so. Hold on. Oh, they don't have the odds up yet. Oh, I'll text Julie this morning, see why the lines weren't up. They do have, though. Look at this. They have the futures out. Look at the Renegades are plus 150. The Renegades are plus 150. The Renegades, Renegades, what did they play? Week 1? Let me see. Or match 1? Oh, yeah, they got a 5-1 victory over the Warriors. That's right. Man, we were only 1 game into the season. They're already a plus 150 to win this thing. That's what happens when you got the best highlight player in the world. Well, we don't have the odds, but we can go through the matches. All right? We go through the matches. I can probably guess a little bit of what the odds are, but we got Jedin or Arta versus Benetrix and Rock. I'm going with my guy Jedin. You know that. You guys know that. Then we got each. Okay, I got to click on it, dude. This is a new person as well. Uh-oh. Page not found. Let's go to teams. Ichiberry would be on the Devils, not the Fireballs. Devils. Oh, it looks like we're still updating some of the roster here. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Anyways, I don't got to pick on the Ubia versus Ichiberry. I don't know how you say that. Kubala and Rock versus Jedin and Bradley. Give me my guy Jedin again and Bradley. Studs. Echeberry and Nicholas versus Zulaka and Ubia. Give me Zulaka. Zulaka's a beast. Give me Zulaka and them. Benny, our guy Benny is going against Ichibide. That is going to be a fun match. Listen, if you haven't watched Jai-Alai, you want to get into it, I'm telling you, tune in for match 5. Benny, Ichibide, that's going to be fireworks. My guy Benny don't mess around. I'm gonna go put my Benny jersey on actually and watch that. Then the last match of the night, we get into with 2 single matches. It's Nicholas and Zulaka. That one's gonna be a good one too. Probably go with Nicholas in that one, but that should be close. The odds should be close on that one, I would imagine, from what I remember last year. But yeah, this is World Highlight League. We got Devils versus Chargers tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern. You can watch it on their YouTube channel. They're at like, congratulations to them. They're at like Eat your B-Day. Yeah, I know. That's what I said. Eat your B-Day. That's how you pronounce it. I always remember it because SD14 fan used to say, it's your birthday. It sounds like it's your birthday. Eat your B-Day. Eat your B-Day. Eat your, at least that's what Crick told me. But no, you can watch us at 5 p.m. Eastern over their YouTube channel, ESPN3 FUBO TV. Our YouTube channel is it's up to 150,000, almost 150,000 people, subscribers. That's freaking awesome. But this is the World Highlight League. It's a fun sport. Like I said, Saturdays we will be doing educational videos, like doing a little Q&A, answering your questions, kind of learning about the sport of highlight and what a highlight actually is. I know, like out there, it kind of looks like that's not hard. That's not difficult. How did they miss that? How didn't he catch that one? It's a lot harder than you think. I got my cesta back there, and one of the things that I was shocked about, how narrow the cesta actually is. I'm like, man, these guys are scooping and catching these things like it's nothing. And when you see one of them mess up, you can understand why once you get an appreciation for it. So we will be doing some educational stuff each and every Saturday throughout the season. And then Tuesday through Friday, every day there's a game. And we will be previewing that all season long. World Highlight League is a good sponsor of the show. So if you want to support the show, go support them, show them some love. Go check out their channel. Check it, watch one of the games. Give them a like button, or give them a like button. Hit the like button for them. It is one of those days. But that is the World Highlight League. Go check them out. Booyah. What do we got coming up in college football? So we only have one game today. Tomorrow we got Indiana State and Indiana. 2-0 versus 2-0. Colgate and Syracuse. Ugh. Colorado and Houston. That'll be interesting. Patriot, you like Houston in that one? They're 4.5-point favorites. You like Houston? I think I'm leaning Houston in that one. There's a crazy story about Colorado. Came out this week. I was going to do a video on this. I might still. So Colorado is starting their third string quarterback. Dion has a big old set of balls on him. That man, he had a guy transfer from the quarterback from Liberty last year, who was the best non-Power 5 QB, the best G5 QB in the country last year. Transfers to Colorado, and that wasn't cheap. They had to pay him a little bit to come. So he comes in. Then they also they sign, or a guy commits the number 12 overall rated player in ESPN rankings. I don't know where he was at on the quarterback list. I just know out of all players, he's number 12 on ESPN's top 100 freshman. They get him to come to Colorado, so that's the backup. So those two guys were going to be competing for the starting job. Dion said, listen, you guys need to figure this out, all right? You guys, one of you needs to step up and be a leader. I'm benching both of you, and I'm going to go with my third string guy here who probably thought there was no chance in hell he was going to play this season, but he is going to start here against Houston. That is interesting. That is a veteran coach move. And, only something a guy like Coach Prime could do. And he's doing it not because he thinks – I don't think he's doing it because he thinks the third string's better than the other two. I think he's trying to motivate the other two guys and see who can handle a little adversity and handle it better and step up. But that being said, if we're starting a third string QB, I think I like Houston. I think I like Houston. Let's go ahead. So then we got Kansas State and Arizona. That's going to be I was going to say that's going to be fun, but I don't know. Kansas State is awful. What makes anyone think that Kansas State, I know it's Arizona that they're playing, but that they've been playing so bad, yet they're still a 1.5-point favorite on the road? No, my friends. We got to look at Arizona. Definitely tease Arizona up. Might make sure Houston's going to whoop up on the Vermin. All right. And then New Mexico and UCLA. Dude, UCLA is so terrible. I know it's New Mexico. How can you lay 15.5 with UCLA? They look so bad. It's funny. Nico Amaliva. Bum. Absolute bum. How is North Texas favored over Washington State? I mean, yeah, it's the Cougs, but still, because our offense isn't what it typically is for a Washington State team. Our defense is legit compared to what we normally are, but our defense is pretty solid. This is going to be a good first test. It is a road game for the Cougs, our first road game, so we will see. And we got to remember we have the Huskies on deck for the Apple Cup that we're hosting next week. So a lot of stuff going on there at my Cougs. I got a feeling North Texas is probably going to whoop up on us, but we'll see. Our offense just got to step it up, which is weird to say for a Washington State team. Very weird to say. Ooh, you already bet Washington State to win at plus 180? I like it. You got more confidence in my Cougs than I do. You go into North Texas, it's supposed to be the other way around. What do you mean? Yeah, this is playing down in Denton, Texas. North Texas is part of the Pac-12 now. No. North Texas isn't. It's Texas State is. Texas State, right? Yeah, Texas State is going to be part of the Pac-12. They're supposed to come play you. Dude, we taking what we can get at this point. No one wants us because they're scared of us. So we got to take the scraps. You can get tickets as low as $25 this game. I'm surprised it's that high. We will see, though. Maybe I'll ride with you. Maybe I'll ride with you on that one. We'll take Washington State on the money line. And then you and I can both just drown in misery on Saturday when the Cougs coug it like they always do. Oregon versus Northwestern, Clemson, Georgia Tech. Do we have any other good matchups this week? Oh, the game everyone's been talking about all week. How could I forget? All week long, everyone's talking about the biggest game of the weekend. Nebraska versus Houston Christian. Fireworks. A little scared. Scared? We ain't scared. I've just seen my Cougars coug it so many damn times, you know? Baylor and Sanford, Troy, Memphis. There it is. I knew we had a good game. And you said it. Fuck you, Will. Georgia, Tennessee, going on the road to play Tennessee. That one's going to be a fun game. This is going to be a real test. Georgia laying 3.5. This is going to be a real test to see Tennessee. Is Tennessee legit this year? We don't know. We'll find out. Georgia's coming to town, baby. 12:30 p.m. Pacific. You guys get ready Saturday. That's what we're going to be watching. Georgia, Tennessee. That's during nap time. Maybe I'll stream a little bit of that. Maybe we can hang out over on Locals and stream and watch a little bit of Georgia, Tennessee, see what we get. My Megatron says Georgia's going to eke out a win in Neyland. I think you're right. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Oh, my bad. The biggest game of the weekend, it's not Georgia, Tennessee. Norfolk State and Rutgers. This one's, listen, Rutgers, you guys better watch out. Undefeated, but Norfolk State ain't no joke, all right? And for $18, you can get a ticket to this game. That's a bargain. That is a bargain. Let's see. What else we got? Dude, I don't think Texas is covering against anyone this year. They couldn't cover against San Jose State. I know UTEP ain't even near the talent Texas is, but like 41.5, I might have to take UTEP because Texas, I don't know what's going on there, man. Oh, this is going to be going too. Miami and South Florida? Is South Florida legit? We'll see. That'll be a fun game too. Got a couple good matchups this week. Ole Miss and Arkansas. This feels like a classic. Ole Miss is the better team. Ole Miss is 7.5-point favorites at home. This feels like a classic. Arkansas is going to upset Ole Miss game. I don't know why. Ole Miss is due to lose a stupid game. Your roly-poly OU coach is going to have a stroke. Probably. Florida LSU. That one was supposed to be a really cool game until Florida decided to lose last week. Oh, and we got Notre Dame and Texas A&M, the fighting Aggies. Marcel Reed, see what he's got. Notre Dame 0-1. Dude, they're 0-1. Imagine having a bye week in week 2. That's weird. That's weird, but they took last week off. What else? We got any good night games? Stanford, Boston College. Boston College is a 14.5-point favorite over Stanford. Stanford, how far have you fallen? Jeez. Texas State, Arizona State, and then Portland State, Hawaii. Just lay it with Hawaii. Bet the over in that game. If you need a game to chase, if you're tuning into the Hawaii game because you had a bad betting game and you're chasing, just bet the over in the Portland State Hawaii game. Boston College over Stanford, easy. Yeah, dude, that 14.5-point favorite. I'm just shocked they're that big of a favorite. It's only Boston College, man. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? All right. Well, that would do it. I hope I was able to provide a decent show for you guys today. Kind of get us out of the real world, you know. Get our minds on a little bit of football. We got the Packers. Redskins tonight, going to be fun. We got the Wake Forest, NC State. And we got a highlight to kick everything off. 5 p.m. Eastern. Be tuning into that. I hope you guys have a good day. Whiskey over Bama. Ooh, baby. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for a Football Friday. It is a Football Friday tomorrow. We'll dive deeper into all these games. Take a look at some best bets. We got highlight to cover again tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Maybe Heavy Steps will join us. I don't know. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your Thursday. Stay safe out there, my friends. And until tomorrow, good luck, good gambling, and game on.